Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 27 of Europa Universalis IV. Things aren't going too bad. We're expecting to get a rebel uprising in Luxembourg anytime now, which is why I've got quite a lot of troops hanging around. The colonisation efforts over in the Americas aren't going too badly at all, even though we are starting to compete against Castile a little bit there. Castile have actually broken their alliance with me, so at some point in the near future we may very well end up going to war with Castile, which would certainly make a change from having to head out towards the east and fight with the HRE. Just having a look at England. England really don't like me because, well, Great Britain as they are now, we are rivaled. It would be quite nice if we could actually make friends with them, but they're probably always going to be our rival, which is a little bit of a pain. It would be nice if we could have, you know, at least got an alliance with one of the bigger powers over here on the West Coast, especially as Castile don't like us anymore. But hey-ho, not an awful lot that we can do about that now. Who are we rivaling? Austria, Great Britain, and the Ottomans. What we could do is we could unrival the Ottomans and we could very well rival Castile. Because Castile are starting to be a little bit of a pain in the arse. Now, they are allied... Who are they allied with, actually? Just allied with the Papal State. I don't think the Papal State is all that scary. But yeah, Castile really don't like us, and to be honest, I don't think they ever will. So it might give us a good excuse for someone to go to war with. There's not a lot of point in doing that right now because I don't have an awful lot of manpower. So trying to go to war with somebody could be a little bit of a waste. Corsica don't not like me. We could potentially become friendly with those guys. Let's go ahead and try and improve our relations with Corsica. We might be able to vassalize them, actually, which wouldn't be a bad thing. How are things with Savoy? We did get a little bit of an improvement with them. I don't suppose you would ever accept an alliance or anything like that. No, mainly because we are allied to Lorraine, and you don't like Lorraine. But we're only on -8, which isn't terrible. We could get a royal marriage with you. How are we on our relations? We are over... Well, we're not over by 1 yet. But there again, we only have a royal marriage with Castile and Hainaut. And once those end, I don't intend to renew them. And we are going to be annexing Provence at some point as well. So with that in mind... Let us go ahead and see if we can Diplo-vassalize Savoy. Now, would it be possible to Diplo-vassalize them? No. Mainly because of their tax base. But having them as an ally may not be a bad idea. Once again, I apologise if you can hear the chimes of the ice cream truck that's just gone roaring down past the window. They only have 3 provinces. Not an awful lot left of Switzerland at this point either. Switzerland are really getting chopped apart by Milan. I might be better off trying to actually form an alliance with Switzerland, because we could theoretically vassalize them, even though this province is a little bit out of our way. I'm actually going to try and improve my relations with Switzerland here. Switzerland may get a few defensive war calls against Milan, which would possibly give us an opportunity to take a few bites out of Milan without having to deal with the coalition. Because one thing you've got to remember with EU4, it's often more beneficial to take part in a defensive war than it is to take part in a hostile war. Because if you get attacked or you're part of a defensive war, allies are much more likely to come in on the defender's side. And if you take part in an aggressive war, you're going to get more aggressive expansion. It's less likely that your allies will join in the war on your side. It's more likely that other people will join in on the war on the other side. So you are much better off getting defensive wars if possible. So you should really keep your eye on things like that. Just keep my eye on Brittany. We're up to 109. Things are still improving there. I'd really, really like it if I could have another diplomat, but at this point in time I can't. I guess I could save up an awful lot of money. Are you converting religions for some reason? You're trying to convert things to Protestant for some strange reason. Interesting. And that's not going to help if they do convert their religion over. Or is it already converted? They're following the Catholic faith. I'm not too sure what it is they're up to. How friendly could we get with them? What have we got? Broke alliance is going away. Declared war is going away. Aggressive expansion is nearly gone. Was at war has nearly gone. Improved relations is only 88, so we couldn't get that up an awful lot. Are we giving them subsidies? We're not, but we could be, and that would actually help quite a bit. We don't have any diplomats to send. Who are we sucking up to? Let's just bring you back from Switzerland for a moment. We'll go back to Brittany. And I want to give you subsidies for, let's just say 20 years. How much am I making? 26 a month. Let me give you 3. The reason I've got it going for 20 years is because it is cumulative, but when it runs out, it resets. So the longer you keep it going, the more positive relations you will get from it. Looks like Savoy's having some rebels problems there. Let's go back to sucking up to Switzerland. Not going to bother with any of the transfer trade power or anything like that, because unless we can actually... well, they definitely will form an alliance with us, so we don't have to worry too much about that. We'll probably do that just as soon as we've sucked up as much as we can to Corsica. And then we'll go over to dealing with Switzerland. It may or may not be worth it. It is nice because they do have quite a bit of mountains, so it gives us some nice defensive places to stand in if we get into any wars with Austria. Obviously, quite a few of these provinces in the middle should actually belong to Switzerland. So Zurich is Swiss, St. Gallen is Swiss, Walderstadt is Swiss, Wallis is actually belongs to Savoy, but they've lost it. So at least those 3 provinces there should be Swiss, and they have lost them to Milan, which is a little bit of a pain. And Milan don't like me anyway. I could become Defender of the Faith. Don't really need to. Does, however, mean that we've got far too much money knocking around. So let's consider going in and building a few more buildings. Not going to build any admin buildings because I do want to get the next admin tech. So let us go in and lose 10 prestige. Yeah, why not? Let's go in and take the training fields because that will use our military power, which we don't have a lot of anyway. But every extra few men that you can get will help. Let's just take it all in the provinces where we can get 32. Oh, we're out of money already. It doesn't take long to burn through your cash. How far off are we from getting that next tech? Very, very close, actually. Just lost another advisor, which is a real pain. So we will be ahead of time when we get this. It'll allow us to build the spy agency and the counting house. Will we get the next level of production efficiency? No, but it'll help anyway. Free advisor slot. Military guy. We've just spent all of our military points, so we definitely need to get you. So, let us recall our diplomat from Switzerland right now. And we're going to go back into Switzerland. What's going on here? Oh, look, Austria still have the Emperor of the HRE. What a surprise. We have so much papal influence here. We should probably do something with it. We could spend some for prestige, but I'm not entirely sure that we really need it. We could just spend it all trying to get ourselves a cardinal. Maybe one day we'll become the Pope. I see it's actually an Austrian Pope at the moment, which doesn't help things greatly. Switzerland, that's what we were going to do. We would like to... offer you an alliance, which you will accept. You'll probably offer me a royal marriage. You haven't. So I'll offer you one. Invest in a new technology. Let's go and get the admin tech. So now we are ahead of time. So that is fine. So we will offer a royal marriage. Or maybe we can't royal marriage them. Yeah, because they're an administrative republic. So we can't actually royal marriage them because they have the wrong government type. We can do a transfer of trade power. They'll accept that. Oh, it's just slightly over, I think. Yep, there we go. And we can continue to suck up to them, and they would accept vassalization if we got friendly enough with them. They're still a little bit unhappy because of unlawful territory. Apparently we're a heretic religion, but we should be able to do enough to get them on board. I think what we can do is, again, we could give them some subsidies, 10 years worth is probably... In fact, let's just give them one and give them for 20 years. It seems like wasting money, but it's so easy to make money as France. You might as well do it. And then we'll go and send our guy back there and improve relations. And then when we get up to sort of 165, we can always then just go and throw a loan at them. That'll get them up to 190. And, well, not even a loan. Okay, those rebels have risen. So we'll go and deal with that. We'll improve relations there before we do anything else. And we will go and throw these units in. I don't actually think we need to. One thing I did forget to do was move my unit with the leader back into that province, which is what I really should have done. But we will crush those guys quite easily. There we go. Not a problem at all. So let's move some of these units out. And that should actually reset that uprising completely now. If we go in here... Look at our... Is it under local autonomy? I can never remember where it is. Stability. Yeah, we've got nothing coming up at all now, so we're fine there. So we did take a little bit of damage. We lost a few men, but that's not a problem. It will recover. Force limit. We're under by 1 now. We've obviously gained +1 force limit from somewhere. Obviously some sort of idea or something that we've picked up. Our royal marriage with Castile has ended. That is fantastic because it now means I'm not over my diplomatic relations limit. Still looks like Savoy are having some problems with their noble rebels here. That's quite interesting. Lost our CB against Provence. That's fine. They're my vassal anyway. Why would I want a CB against them? Corsica, how are things going with you? Could offer Corsica an alliance. Not a bad idea. Because we could certainly get them on board. Now, they are islands, which means sometimes they're a little bit of a pain to defend. But it is only, you know, 2 provinces at the end of the day. How far are we with our improved relations? We're up to 89. Just ticked up to 91. We'll wait till that's finished. And then we'll go and offer the alliance and vassalization and everything. Maybe. And the reason I say maybe is because... we are just at our force limit at the moment. I'm tempted to try and soak them, vassalize them while they are still relatively small. Because if they do manage to expand or they get taken out by somebody else, then of course then it'll be more difficult to get them later on. Province, how long have you been my vassal? Probably not all that long. 34. Yeah, so it's only been 5 years, just over 5 years. They're halfway there though. That's not too bad. Can invest in a new idea. Would be a Diplo idea. Diplotech, we are sort of 5 years ahead of time. And it would give us viceroys, which is 20% plus 20% global tariffs, which we still can't really use yet, but we'll take it anyway because it does help us towards the Vauban fortifications, which would be an extra 30% force defense. So fort defense, very nice for France. The next one would be an extra colony. Or an extra colony. So that would be really, really nice for us. So yeah, we'll definitely save up for that one. We can start colonising nice and fast that way. Pope has been elected. A new Pope. It's actually a Portuguese Pope this time. Let's go and spend some more papal influence. How many active cardinals do we have? We have 7, the same number as Castile. So... it's possible that we could get a cardinal in there. France gets diplomatic faux pas until the 6th of December 1544. It's 5 years away, giving us -1 diplomatic reputation. That's a bit of a pain. Great Britain has been discovered fabricating a claim on Calais. That's fine. Doesn't necessarily mean they'll use it. They can claim away. I think they probably had a core on it, which they've probably lost. So we'll see how that goes. There is definitely going to come a point where I do have to consider going to war with somebody, whether or not that ends up being Castile or somebody else, because obviously we will end up with quite a bit of aggressive expansion. They're just hating me more and more and more as time goes on. Maybe we are going to have to dive in there and take something from them just to tell them to behave themselves, really. They're currently in a regency council, which means they can't declare war. Let's have a quick look and see what they're like, army-wise. They have 32,000 men. They don't have any mercenaries. They do have 30k manpower in the bank, which isn't an awful lot. They're probably allied with Portugal. No, they're just allied with the Papal State, which I don't think is that big a problem. I probably could go and deal with them, but I'd like to be a little bit stronger if I could. They probably also have a significant navy as well. Let's have a look. Castile. Yeah, Castile. Well, they've got 16 transports. They've got 8 heavies and 15 lights. So we'd have to be very, very careful about dodging their navy. And if it means I can't have my navy out protecting trade, then we end up in a situation where I'm probably going to end up losing a lot of money. If I have to reinforce troops a lot, or I have to buy mercenaries, then that gives us a bit of a problem there. I'd sooner try and make myself a little bit stronger before I can go in. Improved relations with Brittany has dropped a little bit. Let us go in and improve relations once more. If we can max out our improved relations with Brittany and throw a gift at them, it might be enough. What are we getting from subsidies? Look at that, subsidies. Plus 5.5 yearly. So in a couple of years, we'll have another 11, plus 11 there. And we can still get another 15 from the improved relations. So that's going to be 45, 55. Yeah, I certainly think we can get to a point where we can offer them vassalization. And then we will eventually be able to soak them in. Looks like Lorraine is actually at war with Austria there. Let's just double check. They're actually the attacker against Trier, which is, oh, it's a purge against heresy. I was going to say you are getting occupied by Austria. Austria may take that from them, which is certainly interesting. These guys don't like me though, do they? We were trying to suck up to them, but they don't like me because of all of the aggressive expansion and the unlawful territory and all of that. So again, we can either lose 85 ducats or get local autonomy changed in Orleans. We'll take the 85 ducats because we do have the money to absorb that right now. We could definitely go ahead and build ourselves... We can't build an embassy yet, can we? Let me just have a look here. Where's the embassy? What do you need for it? Embassy. Oh, we could build it. It needs 1,017 gold. I'm going to save up for the embassy. It's a unique building. So it means you can only build it once in your entire sort of your entire nation, but it gives you +1 diplomat and +1 diplomatic reputation per. Well, is it reputation or relations? Is it +1 relations? I think. Let's have a look. A bit of a mental block, yeah. Diplomatic. Yeah, diplomatic relations +1. So we'll get 1 extra diplomat, and we'll be able to have 1 extra diplomatic relation. So that'll be very, very useful for us. Would also be nice to get that extra colonist as well. Our colonies, Camgay is almost done. It's up to 977. So we could then go and take out Bayamo if we wanted. Let's just have a quick look up here on the coast. Have we got anyone else trying to forward settlers here? No, we haven't. These 2 provinces, they're actually owned by Abenaki. The colonies become self-sustaining. That gives us some prestige. We've gained a colonialism CB against Castile because of the Castilian West Indies, and then apparently we've instantly lost it as well. I don't know why. Is it because what we've got? No, it's not that. So let's just move you into Bayamo and we'll send the colonists there as well, and then we'll try and get Moron. I don't know, we'll try and get that over there. We could also try and grab Jamaica and stuff like that. We have lost our explorer though, which means we can't really discover this land over here, which is a little bit of a pain. We could get another explorer, but we don't really need one. Or we could actually just put our conquistador on this guy and drop him onto the island. That wouldn't be a bad idea, but we'll wait. There's no huge rush to do that. Let's go back to the mainland. We won a fight. Oh, that was just the empty Terra Incognita province that we ran through because the natives just rose up and attacked. There's not too much to worry about there. Naval force limit. Haven't looked at that for a while. It might have increased a little bit because we now have some of Brittany. And indeed it has. We are well below our naval force limit. In fact, we are below by 11. I think that is a great time to go and get ourselves 10 light ships. Shift click to add 10. And these are good for trade. So we'll call this 10 lights. We'll build it in 10 provinces where we can. I could have just shift clicked, it would have helped. Build in 10 provinces, and then we'll just go and build that wherever, really. Do we not have the money? Yes, we do. There we go. There we are. So we'll build some ships and go and add them to protecting trade. So what else have we going on? We're still trying to improve our relations with Brittany there. Now, once we do get Brittany on board and those provinces actually become ours, whichever method we use of taking Brittany, then we'll have an awful lot more coastline. We'll have 4 more coastal provinces, and that'll give us a lot higher naval limit. I think we're at maxed improved relations. We are. So let's just do a quick bit of head math and see what we could do. Well, we could get plus 25, which would put us up to, well, not enough because we need 190. So if we put 25, that would only give us 181. We'd still be 9 short. We'll leave the guy there, improving relations. There's a lot of people at war here. Fine. Well, I don't mind letting people through to come and kill each other. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Switzerland, have we maxed improved relations with you? We have, and we've got all the stuff that we wanted with you, I think. Although we want to offer you vassalization as well. Now, you're a little bit unhappy about some of the unlawful territory. I am giving you subsidies, that is helping. So I'm going to leave both of those diplomats there just for the time being, simply because at the moment I don't really need to move those diplomats. I know we're saving up for that embassy, and obviously they've got to spend some money on ships, but those ships will increase the amount of money we make in the long term, so I'm not too bothered about that. However, we've gone over the 20-minute mark, so that is a very good place to stop the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Sorry that there haven't been many wars in the last few videos, but I'm just trying to prove that you can actually play this game and be rather successful without having to just go and ruffle stomp over the enemy all the time. And I like playing these games passively. I like the expansion and I like the diplomacy without having to just constantly be fighting wars. Although a good war in this game is very, very fun. There's no point taking unnecessary risks. But thanks for watching anyway. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.